Hello everybody, my name is Lonlon, and welcome to another episode of Panillae. Last episode we built this nice cave around me, and I found out that if you use Optifine and you turn on dynamic lighting, you can hold a lantern or a torch in your hand and walk around the cave and have this nice glow around you, which I really like. It's almost like I'm exploring a new cave. Anyway, I have some really fun plans planned for this episode, so let's go over to the Nether and I'll show you. Go into the Nether through our nice little cave. Okay, so this is the Nether, more like the ceiling of the Nether of the Panillae server. And as you can see, this is the main spawn and shopping district, and we have lots of portals going all the way around. And recently, I saw Arran build a very nice building around his portal, so I wanna join him and decorate my portal, so maybe we can get more and more players to want to make the Nether portals look nice, so we have a really nice and welcoming place over here at the ceiling of the Nether. So, this is my portal, and it's right in the middle to Oggy's portal. So we might have to ask him if he's fine with us decorating this little bit of the road. But anyway, what I wanted to do is to essentially build a giant tree around the portal, because I like trees and I think it's gonna be great. By the way, if any of you are wondering why my bedrock looks like this, it's because I'm using Arranozo's resource pack, which is of course Arran from the server. And I really do like his pack, so you should go and check it out. It's in the description. If we are gonna build a giant tree over here in the Nether, we need to figure out a few things first, because I don't think leaves are gonna work out in the Nether, because this is technically a different biome, and when you place leaves in Nether biomes, I think they look really bad. But I should check it out anyway. And it would seem that the oak leaves do change, but the birch and spruce ones stay the same, so we might be able to use birch leaves and spruce leaves, I'm not sure yet. We could also use something a bit more concrete and use terracotta and glass as the leaves. But I think I'm gonna go for something which is a combination between the birch leaves and the terracotta and the glass to try and experiment a bit. I don't know if it will turn out good, but sometimes you just need to take risks and hope it turns out alright. And that's exactly what I plan to do. Now, for the trunk itself, I think we should use a combination of spruce and oak logs to give it a bit more texture, so essentially it's gonna be detailed just the right amount. Not too much and not too little. Now I'm gonna spend a few good hours grinding the materials and figuring out how to begin, because I don't have any of these really. I just bought a few to give you an example, but I think I only have half a stack of each of them. Sad times. Oh yes, I'm a very happy tortoise right now because I've found everything we need, and now we can finally start building. I'm really excited. And also, while farming, I was talking to Oggy and he told me that I could make the path by myself and he will finish his part on his own. And now, on to building the giant tree. So, what I think we should do is we should start with the oak and spruce logs, and just go around and start placing the logs and try and figure out the shape we want the trunk to look, and only then will we add the leaves. So I'm gonna try and figure it out, and wish me luck. I tried to figure out the shape I want the tree to look, and I tried and followed the way and the walk method through which I make much smaller trees, so I'm not so sure it's gonna work out really well. But I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna try and finish the trunk in this way, and if I like it I'm gonna keep it, and if I don't like it I'm gonna remove it and start over. I've figured out the shape I want the tree to look completely. I filled up all of the wood logs And I'm actually really happy with the way it turned out. I think it turned out much better than I initially thought it would. Now I'm gonna use spruce fences, slabs and stairs to make sure this entire thing is spawn proof, because I don't want anything to kill me when I go out or into the portal. So I'm gonna do that now and I'll be back. I have spawn proofed the entire tree. It's a bit hard to see from down below, but if you go up here, you can see that everything is covered with either a slab, a stair, a trapdoor or a fence, which is really good because it's almost the identical color to the stripped spruce log, so it's really hard to notice from down here. And now I'm gonna go ahead and start placing the leaves, and I think I'm gonna do it in a time-lapse mode, so have fun. And so, I hope you enjoyed the time-lapse. It was both lots of fun and very frustrating to make it, because surprisingly, and this should be no surprise for me, but this took me quite a bit of time. This took about 2 hours to place all of the leaf, not actually leaf, but leaf blocks in there, and I think it turned out pretty well. It has some kind of a mystical vibe, because it's not very natural to have terracotta and glass as leaves, but I think it kind of fits the Nether theme, because the Nether theme is not very natural, so this is very fitting in my opinion. I also made sure to put glass panes on top of all of the terracotta blocks so no mobs can spawn on them and surprise us when we get in or out of the portal. At the first half of the time-lapse, if you looked very closely, you could see that I even used birch leaves as I planned, but it was a bit too much for me because I couldn't really tell what was going on in the tree. And if the player who builds the tree can't understand what's going on, then that's not a very good sign. So I decided to drop the idea of the birch leaves and I stuck only to the glass and the terracotta. But overall, I'm very happy with the result because now we have a place to house our nether portal in, and a very nice place. So now I can only hope that more and more players decide to build around their nether portal, like me and Arran. I'm just in a quick trip to spawn to buy some rockets and food because I'm running low, and I noticed that someone has been putting a lot of work into spawn. It's looking really good. Someone has been turning all of the mycelium into grass. And what's this? Lamp designs, let me know what you think. There you go. It's really fun to see some orc being done on spawn. Maybe I will join, and maybe next episode we can build a few things over here. And I also saw that a few shops has popped up, like this one for example. What's this? Okay, banner are used. I suppose we can buy the patterns here. Oh, maybe we could make a banner and put it on top of our tree now. But anyway, I'm gonna quickly buy some rockets and food, and I'm gonna go back to the Nether because we are not finished, not just yet. And we are not finished just yet because what I want us to do is to make some kind of road that is gonna connect between this. Oh, hello there. Between this main hub and our tree, the Nether portal tree. So I think I'm gonna go and get some materials and try and figure out the way I want the pattern of the road to go, and I'll be back. Okay, so I went ahead and I made this little road out of andesite, and the way I did it is I pretty much went to the tree and then looked at the way I wanna go and made a line. First I did every 3 blocks I go 1 in, and then I stepped on this corner and looked at the other corner and looked if it's gonna lead me to the place at which I wanna go. So this one went a bit too far to the left. So instead, I went 3 blocks in, and then 4 blocks, and then 3 blocks, and then I came back to the corner and looked at the same place, and I was much happier with the way it pointed, so I thickened it up and I was left with this road. And now, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some dark oak logs. I really do sound dead sometimes, and I'm gonna line the road with them, and then I'm gonna strip them, and I'm gonna place a trapdoor, a spruce trapdoor, and a spruce slab alternating between themselves. And I think I'm gonna follow this pattern throughout the entire road. And because I'm using the slabs and the trapdoors, I'm making sure that no mobs can spawn either on the road because it's made out of slabs, and not on the railing of it because it's made out of non-full blocks. And so I did the same thing throughout the entire road. And well, there isn't much to say. It's looking kind of mediocre in my opinion. When things look mediocre for us terraformers, we only really have one solution left, and that is leaves. All we can do is leaves now. A few leaves here, a few leaves there, maybe even a few leaves there. Well, I probably should be stopping now. But am I gonna stop? Leaves and leaves and... Yeah, I do have something when it comes to leaves, but look, it did make this place look a little bit better. I even added a few lanterns inside of the leaves on top of fence gates. Again, everything is spawn proof. Mobs cannot spawn on leaves, and they cannot spawn on the light. But now, I did not forget, and I'm gonna go back to the spawn, and I'm gonna try and figure out what banner we should buy from the new banner pattern shop. And I'm gonna buy all of the ingredients there, and I'm gonna make a nice banner that we will be able to mark our portal with. I said ingredients, and I really meant patterns, because I had to prepare all of the ingredients I need by myself. So after a quick research I did on Planet Minecraft, I found the banner pattern I think I wanna use to mark my nether portals, and it involves the creeper head and the cog wheel. After reading this, I figured that I can pretty much just pay the amount I need to pay and use the pattern once, and then just return the pattern back to the chest, and I should be fine. I also added a little loom here because there was no loom in a banner pattern shop. I mean, come on, who built this? Okay, so the way we want to do the pattern, if I remember this correctly, we first want to add a little gradient to the back of the banner. This looks nice. Then we want to take some green dye and add the creeper head pattern. Then what I need to do is to take some lime dye and make this shape. Okay. Then I need the flower charge pattern. Then I take the flower charge pattern and I use brown dye on it. And then we have something that, that somewhat resembles a tortoise, which of course I'm gonna use. Now I just need to make sure that I return both of the patterns to their place, and that's it. I should be able to take this banner and put more banners here. No? Is it in the crafting menu? Yeah. And I can copy them. So now I have 6 of them and I can use them wherever I want to. And of course, the first place I'm gonna use them for is for the Nether portal. I went ahead and I copied the banner a few more times because at the beginning I tried putting the banner here on the tree and I realized that I don't really like it there. So what I think we should do is we should do this, a fairly simple pillar, and then we should just surround this hopper with some banners. And there we go. Now I'm gonna do something similar to this on the other side, and then we should be done. And there you go. I really like this, but I'm very, very, very exhausted, so I think I'm gonna end the video here. And in the next episode, I think we're gonna work on the base a little bit and in spawn. Anyway, you can leave a like if you enjoyed the video, you can leave a dislike if you didn't like the video, and goodbye.